It is 3 in the morning. It's day 12 of harvest. It is 7:20. We have corn running. Greg's going to be here at 8 to start hauling. So I have 40 minutes to get my life together. I don't feel good. I think it's just all of the corn and bean dust. And I just generally have allergies as well. But like, I couldn't tell you the last time I had a vitamin. Actually, that's not true. But I don't know. I'm feeling disheveled. I look disheveled. So yeah, gotta get this going. Okay, we just got the last little piece that we need for our grain view system. JD and Greg are cutting corn. I'm not saying any of these things right. Things are in motion. We're doing things. I'm going to take a truck to the field because they have a load of corn. Unclear if I'm going to put in 4 or 5 loads into the dryer or because we need to get some wet corn out. Things are going. That's all you need to know. Someone got some hab on their corn.
Did not mean to film this section, but hey, you know what? We're just gonna leave her in.
Okay, now to start the dryer. So first, start. Okay, there was a lot of confusion there for a little bit because George blew a hydraulic line on the ripper. Colin was mowing and needed instructions, and then JD and Greg finished shelling corn and then went to shell beans. And I needed to move people around so that we could get the header cart, so we could get the grain cart, get the semis. And everyone moved around. However, there was at least 20 minutes where the dryer unloaded back into the dryer. So that is unfortunate. No, the dryer dried into the overhead, which is where I have wet corn. So there will be a little corn that's getting over dried. Whatever, it's fine. It's better than wet corn getting hauled to town. Okay, and we are at my field. We are harvesting my first crop off of this field. That's not true. I've harvested on this field before.
This is the first time that I've harvested this field when I've owned the ground. And by own the ground, I mean Ag Credit owns 90% of the ground. But first harvest post purchasing the ground. Woohoo, that's exciting.
Okay, the game plan is a planning. We are going to keep shelling beans. Hopefully we can get the field that we're at done today. And then we'll go back to the cornfield that we were at, because now we're at cornfields and bean fields that are nowhere close to each other. But we can have a big old day of corn. We can dry into our wet bin, and then we can dry all day, all night, all day, however long it takes, into this bin over here. And then I can haul my 15,000 bushels that I'm gonna try to move next week out of this bin. And then we can move and we can be shelling beans, cutting beans at our other farther away farms while we are drying throughout the days. I think that's what makes the most sense logistically, because trying to bounce back and forth across many roads will not make sense. And then this way we don't have to worry about getting how much we can put into the wet tank, out of the wet tank. We can utilize the wet tank as a wet tank, which we haven't been able to do so far yet. But anyway, to use the bin, the northeast bin, I need to put these bolts into it. I forgot to hit the auto unload button again. Okay, now I have to try to remember what JD did to make it go again. Start? I need to figure out how to get this thing to start again, so when I keep messing it up, I can get it fixed. So JD doesn't know that I keep up. Come on, we gotta go. We gotta go. Come on. JD just called and says that he wants to be done at 7. Colin's heading out to go to a high school football game tonight, which means it's my turn to be in the combine. Okay, I just got to the field to take over for George. Bad news back at the shop. Things are plugged up at the grain leg. Feel bad for JD. It's been a long couple of days, and he has to like do a lot to figure out what the problem is. I wish I had like anyone else to call in for backup, but my dad can't do anything. George is 88. He wouldn't be a help. Greg has a fake hip, has things like he can't move his neck. Like I don't have any able-bodied strong people that I can call in, and to keep the combine moving. JD and I are the only ones who know how to operate it, besides George, who needs to go home because he's 88 and it's 7 p.m. He's been working a long day. So feel bad for JD. Wish I could help. We could just stop and work on that. But we only have 2 hours left at this field, and then we can switch to corn tomorrow, and it really doesn't make sense to not get this off today if we can, because we'll have to wait until noon to start cutting it, and then we've wasted half of a day. But also, it's the beginning of October. The forecast looks good. We could simply slow down. It's just that the weather is so unpredictable, and it's hard to know how long you're gonna get delayed if there's rain. And all of my money is sitting out in the field. Almost out of fuel. It's okay. How do I get my seat down? King of the castle, I'm back. Just kidding. Truck is on its way to me, which is good. Things are starting to get a little tough out here. Getting thick out. It is getting thick out there. Thick and not great. good. Go away. Go away. Go away. You're good. We need a go away button. It is 8:20. I plugged up twice, going like 1.5 miles per hour. There's only a few rounds left, so I really wanted to finish it, but it was like so painful. And the beans are getting down to like 10.5, so there's no reason to plug it up and make it miserable for an hour when we can come back a different day and quickly get the end off. It's the end of day 12. I don't know. Bye.